All right, and we are back with a minute to go in what honestly feels like forever in a posting gap, but with a 5-point difference, Dallas is potentially 55 seconds away from taking the entire West Coast if they do in the process. We'll see how this is played out. They can kill the clock. I presume Phoenix is probably going to try to foul at this point. And no, they score it to make it a 7-point, but obviously Phoenix is going to take a timeout. It's 43 seconds to go. They are passing it around the backstop. 40. All right, they just thinned it back down to 5 again. Holding on to it. Obviously, they're going to foul to stop the clock. Generalized goal at this point of basketball games. Dallas has the ball again. Fouled again. They're going to go to the line, as they say. They put it up to a 6-point difference. And now the Phoenix have the ball again in the final 30 seconds. They're probably going to attempt a foul again. Stop the clock. Dallas probably doesn't want to do that with the 7-point lead. They just sliced it. They're 17 seconds in. Is Phoenix going to use this timeout, or has Dallas just claimed the entire West Coast in the process? They're probably just going to run this down. No chance for a timeout here. And that is game. Dallas has basically claimed the entire West Coast. So it is time to update the map to reach an entire Dallas West Coast. So we are editing all that as we now need to convert it to a push pin. Oh, nope, not that. Never mind, escape. Edit that, change symbol, click the wrong button. Okay, so I gotta convert the whole thing. Phoenix is officially out. All the West Coast teams are out of the picture now. Everything everything west is gone now, so I got to alter that up. Okay, we have a updated map now. The final 5. The territories have really been called out. You have the entire Southwest owned by Dallas, the entire Midwest owned by Chicago, the Southeast owned by Atlanta, and the Northeast owned by Connecticut. And then Washington is just confined to this small spot in DC. Hasn't moved an inch. So I obviously now have to remove Phoenix out of here. And we are going to respin for the next group. So let's see who we get. Who's the attacking team, as they say. Might be a case of us filling more, because I think there's like a weird... So we have the Connecticut Sun. And so obviously they own this entire Northeast. So kind of depending, very likely be playing Washington, or they might just be going east and claiming Ohio. So let's see what the arrow has to say. It's up, so obviously it's the one direction they can't go. East can't go either. Northeast, even more not. Northwest. Southwest. So we draw this. We'll put this on a Connecticut right now. So we gotta change that. And now spin again, as they say. All right, final five. It's land to dream. So I think this case, there is no borders. They're gaining ground regardless. So we will spin the arrow to see what happens. Spins an arrow. So from there, we'd be going up and reclaiming South Carolina in this case. Obviously, that was pretty set, so I shall convert that. And we shall spin again. Hopefully, someone will land this time. It's Dallas again, so depending on where they start, they'll either if they go this way, they can only really go is across or up. So they might either be claiming either Arkansas or Mississippi, or they'll be going up to Oklahoma and be playing Chicago. So we'll see the direction that shall be pointed. Let's see, what is that pointed? At least is the direction they can go. So they will be claiming Arkansas. So really filling it in now. So we'll see what happens. We have to go spin again. This final five is pretty intense right now. It's people just... So it's back to Connecticut Sun. So if we look at them over here, they're only going either... They're either taking Ohio, they're either hitting DC, or maybe if they're lucky, pass to Virginia. So we'll see. See what the arrow gives us. Wrong direction, can't go there. So if you go down, it should be down, 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 into Kentucky at this point. They are just gaining land right now. Gotta spin again. At this point, it's very much just filler scrambler at this point. Well, at least this time there'll be a slightly more chance we'll be able to go a certain direction. So we're going up in this case, which we can go. And yes, we will be playing the Chicago Sky. Now, I'm going to have to update the game console to start off, and we'll go through the first minute like usual. As the attackers, we'll have Dallas as the home team, and we'll have Chicago as the defending. And we shall simulate that for the final five battle. And this is probably for a good chunk of the territory. I mean, this point, as we load the screen, at this point, whoever wins is basically going to claim this because it's going to be boxed in. So the entire basically basically almost the whole Western United States is going to be owned by one of these teams. So this fight is for a huge amount of space going forward. We tip off the final five in the battle for the West, basically, at this point. Ironically, with two Central teams. As the ball was won by the Chicago Sky, but taken by the Wings now. No scoring yet. 15 seconds in. Missed with 20 seconds in. Hopping across. Back across territory to the old Dallas Wings territory. 30 seconds in. Passed back out to the 3-point. Throws it up, and it's missed. Scored by the Chicago Sky, who take a 2-0 lead, going first point to this final 5 in battle for the West. And now we will check in at the end, in the final minute, to see who will claim the entire West in the process and advance to the Final Four.